Hello and welcome to album review number 9. Today I'm going to be, today along with Sounds That Can't Read, be reviewing Hand That Cannot Erase. Hand Cannot Erase by Steven Wilson. His 2015 solo album. Not my personal favourite. The Raven That Refused to Sing is my favourite solo album of his. But I'd say this is my second best. I've listened to the three most recent ones, To the Bone, The Raven That Refused to Sing and Hand Cannot Erase. This one has a sort of alternative electronic feel to it, so it's pretty interesting, pretty unique album. I'm just going to get straight into it. My hair's wet because I've just been in a shower. I'm a bit rushed off my feet just now, pretty busy, so this one's not going to be particularly long. This will be 10 minutes at the longest. Track 1, there's 10 tracks, no 11, sorry, 11. Track 1 is First Regret, which is a lovely little instrumental opening. Some beautiful piano work, sorry. Some beautiful piano work. It's a wee instrumental track that sort of sets up the album well. It's a concept album that was inspired by a news story that Steven Wilson read of a woman who was lying dead behind her front door for like 3 weeks before anybody found her or something. But she had loads of friends and family, but nobody thought to, just nobody messaged her or called her for a while. And, but I don't really see how a lot of the album sort of pertains to that. If someone wants to explain, then that'd be good. I don't see how other songs or the whole album is sort of, I don't really see the concept of the album. I know there's stuff about loss and things like that. That's maybe a theme. But if someone wants to like fully explain or send me a link that fully explains the concept of Hand Cannot Erase or what Hand Cannot Erase actually means, I have no idea what that title means. Then that would be great. Track 2 is 3 Years Older, which is a 10-minute one. That again is quite. It runs smoothly from First Regret. It's it's quite slow and it's got really nice singing on it. It's not one of my absolute favourite songs on the album, but it is good. Track 3 is Hand Cannot Erase, the title track, which again is sort of a pop song, sort of alternative feel to it. Sort of reminds me of sort of late 90s stuff, which is quite good. So that's a nice song. It's got uplifting feel to it, nice lyrics. Track 4 is Perfect Life, which is quite electronic when the drums start kicking in. It's got spoken voice lyrics about, like, it's narrated basically with spoken voice, along with Steven Wilson singing some stuff. It seems to be about a girl who meets another girl who was like her stepsister or something, or a foster sister that moved in. Again, I'm not completely sure of what the concept is, but it is a good song. Track 5's Routine, which is one of the most popular songs on the album. It has a really cool music video. The song seems to be about a woman whose sons and husband has died. Lost the word husband for a second there. Her sons and husband have died, and I think they were murdered, or it might have been a car crash, I can't remember. And it's sort of about going on and pretending that they're still there, sort of thing, but eventually trying to move on, and it's got a positive slant on it. It's not all sad, it's not all dark. Track 6 and 7 are sort of like a double. They're always played live together. Home Invasion isn't literally about someone invading your home. It's about religion, pornography. Well, so again, this is what it seems to be about. That's what I get off of it. Invading your home, like it's an invasion. It's a malign force moving in on your subconscious, your brain, your relationships, things like that. That's what it seems to be about. It's got some pretty cool electronic parts, but it leads into track 7, which is my favourite song on the album, Regret 9, which is an instrumental, so it's not a song, it's an instrumental. First half is a fantastic keyboard solo, one of the best keyboard solos I've ever heard. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's very atmospheric, such an atmospheric song. And then the second half is a guitar solo So, you know, it's get pretty much best of both worlds. Brilliant keyboard solo in the first half, brilliant guitar solo in the second half. Fantastic. Easily my favourite song on the album. One of Steven Wilson's best songs ever. 8, 9. Track 8 is Transience. Transience. I feel like an idiot. I should be able to pronounce that. Transience. Which I think one of the more sort of forgettable ones on the album. Still not bad though. And then track 9 is the longest one. That's 30 minutes. 13 minutes and 30 seconds. And it's probably the most Porcupine Tree ish track on the album. Sort of the heavy bits, the sort of reminds me of tracks like the really heavy sections of songs like Anesthetize, Arriving Somewhere But Not Here, or Deadwing. And not my absolute favourite song on the album, but it's probably the most Porcupine Tree-ish one. Track 10 is sort of the finale in terms of lyrics. It's a beautiful well, the last two songs, it's sort of like Breathe and not Breathe, Brain Damage and Eclipse, that like the Dark Side of the Moon. It's sort of like a two-parter. There's quite a few two-parters on the album. Happy Returns has got some really beautiful lyrics. It's if I remember correctly, there's a bit of a reprise from the first song on the album, and then Ascendant Here On is I'm pretty sure is also an instrumental. I haven't listened to the album in a while, but I'm pretty sure Ascendant Here On's an instrumental. This is Steven Wilson's highest rated album. People saying like this is his absolute peak. I personally prefer The Raven That Refused to Sing. It has a bit more of a clear concept album because every song on it's a ghost story. Darren Locke got confused because he said every song on it's a horror story. No, every song on it's a ghost story, not a horror story. The only two songs on The Raven That Refused to Sing has 6 songs, and the only two that are horror stories are The Holy Drinker and The Watchmaker. They're the only two that would be considered horror stories, but they're all ghost stories. And it's just got this atmosphere to it that I don't think can be matched. But this album is really, really good. I don't think it flows quite as well. It's not my personal favourite. Like I said, I prefer The Raven That Refused to Sing for its more proggy feel. I mean, Luminol is my favourite Steven Wilson song, and The Raven That Refused to Sing makes me cry, seriously, with the music video. That Steven Wilson, I tend to hate music videos. I just hate the idea of them. They tend to take away from the art instead of add to it, with the vast majority of bands. I mean, like when prog rock bands do music videos, they tend to be really pretty bad. A good few examples would be Agenda by the Neil Morse band. And a lot of people say that it was supposed to be a sort of self-aware how bad it is, but Neil Morse isn't particularly a self-aware person. He's just not that kind of guy that would do something on purposely bad. There's some Rush videos from the 80s that are a bit cringy. The Owner of a Lonely Heart video by Yes kind of makes me laugh, especially when John Anderson sort of turns and looks at the camera and goes like that with his eyes. That makes me laugh. King Crimson, they did some not so great videos in the 80s. Robert Fripp himself has said he's really not fans of them. But I'd say the two bands or two artists that make the best music videos are Tool and Steven Wilson. Songs like The Raven That Refused to Sing, Routine, they're absolutely beautiful music videos because they add to the art. They tell the story. They're not just a marketing tool. And the Tool music videos are tremendous. They represent the meaning of the song in a totally weird and stop motion animation and all that CGI animation way. My personal favourite Tool video is Vicarious, which is one of most people's least favourite ones. But I love it at the end when he pure goes through the stream of consciousness and his third eye just explodes open. It's fantastic. Anyway, I wanted to make this video a bit quicker because I don't have much time. I sort of waffled on about music videos. But yeah, Hand Cannot Erase is a really, really good album for people that like alternative stuff, more like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Alter Bridge, stuff like that. So I really think people who like that kind of stuff will enjoy it. Also, people that like more electronic stuff, maybe a wee bit of industrial songs, like bands like Nine Inch Nails, Radiohead, bands like that. If you like that kind of stuff, or if you like more electronic stuff, there's a wee bit of Tangerine Dream in here as well, and also it's got the proggy progressive metal elements. It's got some Tool in there. It's got the keyboard solos. It's got like your bands that do loads of keyboard solos like Yes and Genesis, bands like that. So there's a lot of stuff packed into this album, a lot of different influences. Well, The Raven That Refused to Sing sort of sticks to one style, though I prefer The Raven That Refused to Sing. This one is packed full of loads and loads of different influences, but I would probably consider it an alternative rock album before a progressive rock album. It is progressive, but I'd say it's a wee bit more alternative, and there's alternative metal in there as well. Loads and loads of different genres in this album. Very, very a lot of variety. Very variety packed album. His highest rated solo album, not my personal favourite, but a very, very good album. Released in 2015, I forgot to say, it won Prog Album of the Year 2015, as it probably deserved to. A lot better than the winner of the previous year. So yeah, that's Hand That Cannot Erase. Again, if anyone fully understands the concept of the album, can you sort of explain it to me? And if you can explain what Hand Cannot Erase means, I have no idea what that means. Then that'd be great, thanks. But yeah, Hand Cannot Erase, Steven Wilson, 2015. I wanted to do 2 videos today. No particular reason, but well, there's a reason, because I've been on a bit of a hiatus. I want to do 2 videos today. This will probably be my last one before Christmas. So Merry Christmas, anyone that's watching, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, then stay safe and have fun, do whatever you're doing, and have a good time. Peace and joy to the world, and love and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. See you. I'll probably do a video after Christmas, maybe not, maybe New Year. We'll see. Thinking I'm probably doing a King Crimson one next, so that'll be good. So thanks for watching, and Merry Christmas.